Yes, a few words about testing, also unfortunate part of development. We have already had a quick look at the timeline, but maybe do it more testing specific. You might remember we had a very late release of ILIAS 10 in July, mid of July, 4 months later than planned. That made me very sad and annoyed, and some of you as well, I guess. So we're back at 0 now, because the overall schedule so far hasn't changed a lot. We're aiming for a better version, end of coding completed at the end of October, and then we will have 2 weeks for our pre-test to make sure everything is testable for the community, and then we have the big community test with 70, 80, maybe more testers who will contribute time and expertise to execute more than 4,800 test cases, I think, at the moment. And all tests need to be executed by early February, so that we still have some time for final fixes and retests until the mid of March, and we can get a stable release of ILIAS 11 still in March. So that's like the plan, that's the timeline, and I choose an extra big font so that everybody can read it. Does this timeline look good to you? You don't have to answer right away, but if not, let us know. Andre. No more feature freeze. You can still suggest features for ILIAS 11. You can still try to get them approved by Jurfix. And then you can still add the feature until the end of October for ILIAS 11. It's the first time we do this, right? This year. Yeah, exactly. So no more feature freeze. Anything can still happen. We still might turn everything into orange. But the timeline is published, and it would be helpful if you already see that you cannot, for some reason, fix issues between November and March. Let me know. Or if you don't want to test this year, I will be in touch anyway. You can always let me know. But if you say, I'm on board, it would be so good if you could be on board. We have started again with our test case lab. Have been doing this for a few years now. We did our kickoff still in July, shortly after the release of ILIAS 10 stable, and we are working with a small group of people to improve the existing test cases. Language changes, UI elements change, workflows change, and not always the test cases get updated right away. So the reality of ILIAS will stray apart from what is written in the test cases. We are now very short on time because of the late release of ILIAS 10, so we will not be able to get so much done as we would like to. But we are meeting every week on Tuesdays from 11 o'clock. Normally it's not, we don't need 45 minutes, normally it's much shorter. If someone would still like to join us, now is the time to do so, because working on the test cases, at least for most of us, is something that we do next to our usual work, and you probably won't have a whole week to dedicate to it, but rather some hours maybe every week. You're welcome. I'm happy to introduce you to the group and explain the process in detail, but time is running short now already, so if you're interested, be free to get in touch. Also, originating in the test case lab is a new document that we published, how to write test cases for new features in ILIAS. It's basically intended to be a kind of handout for people, especially from our service providers, maybe other people who write test cases for the first time, And we published it on the docu installation. Feel free to have a look. It's so far only in German. If there is any interest from our international community to get a translation, please get in touch. I'd be happy to look into it to see if we can get that done. I already mentioned the pretest. Just to remember, big letters. We want to start our pretest early November. It's the first Monday in November. And it should last for 2 weeks. And the goal is to get all components ready to be tested by our community, to prevent these kind of blockers that you create, whatever it is, some object, a data collection, a forum, a course, and you immediately get an error and you cannot do anything. I would really like to get all components ready to be tested by our community, including the more complicated ones that need more complex setup, like, let's say, LTI connections or, I don't know, SOAP, whatever it is. It would be great to get all of them ready for testing in our large group in order not to lose too much time. And again, a question, does this goal look good to you? If not, please let me know. Because we can still, like, if you say coding completed and I need to go on vacations right away, I can completely understand it. It would just be very helpful if you would let me know, so I can tell our testers there's no need to report issues in that component. Nobody will fix them anyway. Let's focus on other things first. It's not, no shaming. Vacations are good. Or if you're on a sailboat in the Southern Pacific, that's pretty good. Just would be helpful to know. Also, if you want to play a bit of bug ping pong, we could also do that. Last year, already a few people reserved time for bug fixing days, basically during the pre-test, and said, hey, could you please test my components on that Tuesday and that Wednesday? And I'm ready to fix everything, and we can retest, and we can report further issues, and we can get a lot of stuff done. If you're interested in that, as a developer, please get in touch. We're happy to do that and get as many bugs out of the system as possible. After that, our community test will start. Many people will get on our test platform. Starting November 17th, I will be holding kickoffs again so that everybody knows what they are supposed to do, so that we can get questions out of the way, and also so that we can get a look at the new TestRail version. We are currently test driving it. Fabian Wolf set it up for us on a test platform, and it's looking quite promising. Old and annoying issues have been fixed. The overall UI has been modernized a little bit, but the overall experience is quite similar. So I think we won't get many problems with it, or I hope at least. We have been looking into other test case management systems as well, but so far we decided to stick with TestRail because the updates are coming much more regularly now. They had a couple of tough years in the past when we were a bit wary of what was happening, but I think they are mostly back on track now, and we get regular updates, just like ILIAS, monthly releases almost, and it's looking quite good for now. So I think, at least for this year, we're still staying with TestRail. Which brings me to a question. I got some feedback, not so direct, but maybe indirect, that it could be interesting also for our coders, for coding authorities or other developers to get a TestRail workshop or some kind of manual or whatever it is. Most of you know it quite well by now, but if you have people who are interested in this, let me know. I'm happy to offer a workshop or create some kind of document specifically for developers, because mostly our documentation is more directed to the testers. But of course, the developers are just as important. So if there is any way that I can assist you with the usage of TestRail, or you have questions, get in touch. And quick advertisement at the end. New testers are always wanted and welcome, specifically for more complicated components right now. So if you are into LTI, into XAPI, into logins, into accessibility, UI components, you name it, get in touch. Finally, my email address, so you can do it if you can just get in touch here on the conference. You can send a mail, and yeah, that's it for now. And I hope we get it done smoothly, and everybody's happy in March when we have a stable release of ILIAS 11. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks to Fabian. You've done a great job with ILIAS 10, and I hope you will be able, and with the support of our community, to do this in 11 as well. So please support him. He's trying to manage the entire test process as good as possible, but he relies on your contribution, on your assistance, your help to do that. So thanks a lot. It's very important. Quality assurance of ILIAS is a key point of our product, of our community. Thanks a lot for that.